What's up, YouTubers? It's your favorite YouTube carpet cleaning guy throwing up another episode. We're gonna load up the van here. We'll take a microfiber or a micro thin scrubbing pad. This is a 13-inch pad and a 13-inch regular microfiber pad, all from the end cap store. There's Damon there smiling at us. All right, let's see what we got today. Now, I could bring the big machine in. I could bring the swirly in. Or for this job, you'll see that the Auric Orbiter will do a fantastic job. Now, I will say, I did get, somebody texted me the other day asking me questions, which is kind of crazy after the video I did, and said that I should be ashamed of myself, that it looks like this Auric Orbiter I selected out of the Walmart toy aisle. Now, I'm okay with that. I hear you, buddy. If you don't know anything about the carpet cleaning industry, or you're a truck mount guy, maybe that's your personal feelings. But the funny thing about it is look at me work. Watch Polly work. Polly makes probably 4 times a year what you make at your job. Almost sure of it. And I'm doing it with the toy from the Walmart toy section. Oh my word, my carpet cleaning people, you gotta understand. Please don't hate on people. I'm using simple end cap today. It is an end cap chemical, which will do a fantastic job. So anyway, we'll talk more about that text in just a few minutes. I'm going to put that in my buggy. That is a Walmart buggy, by the way, $39. I will give you that much. All right. And then I've got a few of these War on P. It's a super strength enzyme and odor treatment. It's a berry scent called Berry Blast. So it's a live culture. It does work on urine, feces, vomit. The main concern at today's job is that this is a carpet that had dogs and a lot of cooking near the kitchen. No urine, but definitely odors. So we're going to destroy that at the end of the cleaning. Excuse me. We're going to mix it up in a spray bottle and do a topical coat and let that sit, and then deliver the carpet, or actually the customer will pick up the carpet tomorrow. It is in a vacant unit. As I said, they noticed me walking down the hallway and saw the carpets I were carrying and said, hey, I have one too. So there you go. You can see here, looking good. Now that machine is the Orbot Vibe. And I'll take you around and show you, because if you're worried about the tools I'm using and thinking it came from the Walmart toy section, just a heads up, I mean, I can afford any machine I want. And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back or brag, but if I want a $10,000 floor machine, I'll buy it. But I don't need it. And this is something that happens all the time with the truck mount mentality, because I'm from it too. Bigger, better, badder, stronger, more expensive, shinier. Let me slide my van door open and leave it running so you can watch it. I mean, it's about the process and the chemicals and the carpenter or the technician. You know, anybody can clean anything. You can get down on your hands and knees with a toothbrush and get fantastic results if you want to. Now you'll see the carpet that I'm going to be doing today, if I bought in the swirly, which is the rotary, or if I bought in the bigger machine, it would just be overkill. It would rip it in half and throw it across the room. This is going to get the dry soil. This is my Hoover Hush Tone commercial vacuum. And I did put this on here. Robin at OxyDry, if you're watching this video, bro, you need this. This you can get at like your local hardware store, Home Depot, and it fits right on the little handle of the extension without popping off when you're using it. But tomorrow I have, gosh, a whole bunch of upholstery, a big job. And I'm going to be, instead of bringing in the shop vac to vacuum, I'm going to use my Hoover Hush Tone, and I'm going to put this on for the attachment. Now, I use this on stairs. When I'm pre-vacuuming, I'll go up and vacuum. Then I'll come down. It looks like if you've ever gone to a car wash where they have put your money in and you can vacuum out your car, this is almost identical. I think I got it at Home Depot for $8. But like I said, it fits on there perfectly, and I'll show you what came with the Hoover Hush Tone. This little one here, probably because I bought my Hoover Hush Tone in the toy section at Walmart. Oh my gosh, that just kills me. Anyway, this is what they use, and it was difficult doing stairs with this because it's so small. So the bigger one is perfect, and for furniture, perfect, and I'm glad I found a way to carry it on board. And this is a commercial vacuum. It's got the IICRC certification seal right there, Carpet and Rug Institute. And it runs about $299, $319 US dollars. So, but I will tell you, you can look at some of my videos where I used a $49 Power Speed Eureka. And yep, I got that from Walmart toy section too, and it worked fantastic. All right, enough of that Walmart comment. It just strikes me as silly. This is 100% polypropylene, if you saw the tag. And like I said, it just has odors. There's a kitchen right here off of the living room in these units. So if you fry a lot of foods or cook a lot of foods, the carpet is like a filter. Especially polypropylene is going to pick up a lot of smells and odors, and it's kind of I think polypropylene is almost like an oil-based like plastic. But anyway, we're going to handle it. I'm not going to have to clean the backside. I am going to vacuum this thoroughly. I'll vacuum it, try to crisscross it, maybe go diagonal. He did tear that tag off. I did not do that. It was laying on the counter. But I just want to be careful. The reason I'm not going to clean the backside is there's no visible soil on the back or staining, and it's just easier not to go over it and agitate and risk loosening the glues. This is one of the rooms that I did also in this move out about 3 days ago, and it came out beautiful. It actually was pretty heavily soiled when I did it, and I almost can see this time with the sun shining through. I used the awesome end cap, and I did use a little higher dosage, and yeah, I can see, I don't know if you could see that, a little bit of white powdering. So I'll probably vacuum these before I leave. But that's the benefit. Nobody would know that but you and I is looking at that. They would just think it looked clean. But we know that the product crystallizes and dries down, and you normally don't see anything. But like I said, I mixed it heavy. Here's the tag. It recommends regular vacuuming. Oh yeah, we always recommend vacuuming on all carpet. And then it also states in there, blot your spills out immediately, shake off any excess dirt, and they do recommend professional cleaning. So there you go, it's recommended. No dry cleaning, so you wouldn't want to do any dry cleaning methods on this. Polypropylene is fine with a water-based cleaner. Here's the Auric Orbiter. All right, there's the sprayer. I'm going to use the regular pump-up 2-gallon sprayer. No need for my work sprayer on this little tiny carpet here. Now you could see there's the attachment that I put on there. Pops right off, and that little bend kind of holds it in place. Really, really cool. I'm enjoying using that, and it just is an enhancement to the vacuum. And I should have put a fresh bag in this, and then when I was done vacuuming this, because it's a little tiny rug, you wouldn't think it was holding a lot of dry soil. But had I put a fresh vacuum on it, or a fresh bag, I could have taken it off at the end of the video and cut it open and showed you the amount of dry soil that comes out of something this simple. You would be really surprised. And this vacuum has two settings. I'll kind of see if I can show you that during the video. It's got the high speed or power boost, which is you push forward, and it's got the maximum suction. That's usually what I use. I have the settings set on commercial carpet, which is obviously lower, closer to the surface of the carpet. The brush roller is spinning. And the second control on this particular vacuum, you press it to the back, and it is they show it as a low decibel. I think there's an ear on there. We'll have to look at it in a minute. But if you're working around people in an office or cubicles, and you can do that with the Orc Orbiter or any low decibel machine, especially the Orbot Vibe is perfect for that. You've heard it. It just sounds like a smooth hum or an expensive helicopter coming in for a landing. You could put the settings. See, there's the boost. Just get down here and show you. So if you go forward, you're on boost, which is the plus, the high speed. And then there's the volume sound decibel, which is lower. It's just a little less power. Let's flip this bad boy over. All right. And we'll get going. And I'm sorry, I'm thinking now, I don't want to offend anybody. You know, the person that texted me and thought that, you have your right, every right to your own opinion. And me saying I probably make 4 times what you make is probably not the right thing to say. So I apologize. Sometimes people can get under my skin too. I am human. Hopefully you're making lots of money. If you're in the carpet industry and you're doing it the right way, you probably are. Look at those lines, very beautiful. Oh yeah. All right, looking good. And the haters, you can come out and hate, it's okay. You know, you don't have a channel if you don't have haters. Or what do they say? You're not successful till you have a group of trolls. So it's all good. I'm just trying to share my content. And sometimes you gotta wonder, you know, why somebody's watching my videos, you know, if it's aggravating them or they disagree with me. You know, I mean, look at the final results and what's going on, and just choose, you know, if it's not for you, then I fully understand. And I, of all people, can understand, because I did steam cleaning prior to the low moisture, and I would watch these guys and say, man, they're spinning the dirt. This is ridiculous. You know, I didn't have a full concept or understanding of encapsulation or the way the pads work to absorb the soil, frequently changing pads, and the amount of dry soil. You know, quite honestly, I'm guilty of coming in and not pre-vacuuming. You know, hey, I paid all that money for my truck mount. It's sucking while it's cleaning. And, you know, now I realize the importance. You know, 70% of the job is usually dry soil. And, you know, looking at this carpet, you'll see I'm not seeking, you know, those people that are listing or looking on Craigslist for carpet cleaners. You know, I'm not looking for that client. I've done those clients before. They have the filthiest homes, or the filthiest carpets, I should say, and have the highest expectations, want to pay the lowest price, and will not be grateful for any extra effort you put into the job. It's absolutely crazy. And they won't call you back. They'll grab the next Groupon or the next coupon or the next person that comes along, and they just don't realize that they're actually not getting a quality job. Because how could you, at some of those rates, I see it like advertised, $10 a room, unless they're bait and switch and they're upselling. I just don't know how anyone could stay in business at that level. But what I'm looking for is more clients like this, where I can go out, I can do the job, do a thorough job, use proper chemicals. If there's spotting or stains, I can come in and pre-spot. My pre-spray usually eliminates all of the problem areas, traffic areas. And I don't have to worry about, somebody putting negative comments or, they're not happy with the service. And, you're out there doing $10 a room and they want $100 a room service, and it's just absolutely impossible. So if you're one of those new carpet cleaners, you want to get a little experience under your belt, go ahead, advertise on Craigslist. Get a few jobs, but, don't be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid to pre-educate the customer, obviously, before you begin. This may not come out. This is permanent wear. These dark areas are not dirt, not soil. It's wear. You got to educate them, because a lot of those customers may never have had their carpets cleaned before. And a lot of them have rented machines from Safeway, or they have a little Bissell home machine. They throw Dawn dish soap in there and they start cleaning and they don't rinse it afterwards, and you got alkaline burnout. The alkaline destroys the fiber, makes it brittle, and then they expect a professional to come in and do, an incredible job. And you're just setting yourself up for disaster, in my opinion. Okay, this is that micro thin new 13-inch pad scrubbing strips that's available. You can click the link in the description of my video if you're interested in carrying the same products and equipment and chemicals that I use, minus, of course, the Auric Orbiter. The closest thing to an Auric Orbiter is a step up, which is called a Koblenz 3/4 power unit. It's a rotary. You could find that on NCAP store. The only thing with that is it's got wheels on it, so you can't really use it on stairs. And I primarily use the Auric Orbiter on stairs, as well as small jobs like this. So it does work fantastic. And I will go back and forth, and then I'll show you an area. It didn't look like it was really dirty, but when I crossed over the white section there, you could really see it pop. I'll come down, I'll have my wife film, see if I could get her over here on the side. I'll do this little white patch right here. Just one pass, watch what happens. You see the brightness? Look at that. I don't know if my camera is going to pick that up or the quality that I'm able to upload at. Usually I upload anything over about 10 minutes. Look at that. I'll do it about 720 instead of 180. So, but you can clearly see that. At least I can. All right. Let's get back to it. I'll go back and forth, and then I'll go, so I'm going horizontally, then I'll go vertically. Then I will flip over to a regular absorbent microfiber pad, which will help to dry it out before we apply the War on P enzyme. And it's not just a War on P, it's a war on all odors. You can see on the tag it is an odor treatment. Those are test-sized bottles. I still have a bunch of those. I'll evaluate and test products for NCAP store for Damon. I appreciate him allowing me to do that. and I report back what I think, and I do give an honest opinion. If I don't think something's working or is any good, I let him know. I'm sure he appreciates that. When his chemists are designing these products, they want to know, that they've got the right product and that it will do what it's supposed to do. And this being an enzyme, most of the time for odors, I use Odor Death, which is a stabilized chlorine dioxide. And it is a wonderful destroyer of odor, bacteria, everything. It's safe and works fantastic. But since I got a few multiple bottles of testers to use, this mixes it usually 2-to-1 or 1-to-1, and I think I got 1 pint or 1 quart bottles. I think they're pint bottles. So I usually mix them at equal 1-on-1. You'll see all I need for the spray bottle is usually on a small rug like this, maybe 2 ounces of water and 2 ounces of the enzyme treatment. Look at that thing go. And like I said, you really wouldn't want, I could have probably used the swirly, the rotary, or the Orbot Vibe. I would have had to put this on the carpet in the room, which I've already cleaned and I didn't want to do, to stabilize it so it didn't slide around, risk scratching the floors. I knew the Auric Orbiter is just the right amount of pressure on a commercial carpet like this. Works fantastic. And this micro-thin pad, the scrubbing strip pad, if you have an Auric Orbiter or you're starting a business with an Auric Orbiter, definitely I recommend this pad. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I could care less who or what you use. So don't hate on me there. I'm not trying to get rich selling products. I'm just sharing what I use. But this one I tested out for NCAP store, and there's a similar pad by Mighty. And real similar. I don't know who is making this one, but the stitching is really good quality on it. And it's a little thinner than the average microfiber. So what that does is it allows for rapid movement, very little torque on the carpet. And your scrubbing strips are like an AstroTurf strip, so it's moving and just digging up the suspended soils. And here I think this is the area where maybe the carpet had something on it or folded. It'll turn out this is not soil. I am going to treat it heavy. I'll put my foot into it to see if I could change the color. That is the simple end cap. It does froth up a little bit, but it does not leave any residue. And then I'll go over that, and we'll also go over it again with just the plain absorbent microfiber pad when I'm done. And you will note that I am spending not a whole lot of time on this, but I'm not cutting any corners. I'm not coming in and seeing a clean carpet and trying to rush the job and get out in a hurry. And on a small carpet like this, you're not going to make a whole lot. You might set it at whatever your minimum is. If your minimum's $150 or $125, then you'd have to do that. And in most cases, I charge anywhere from $1.25 to $2, or $1.50 to $2.50 on area rug cleaning, depending on if I'm cleaning both sides, depending on if it's wool, cotton, viscose, or whatnot. There's lots of different more expensive carpets, and then you got your polypropylenes or your synthetics, nylon like this. These are really easy to clean. And in some cases, if I'm doing somebody's home and I'm doing 6 rooms or more and they have one of these, sometimes I offer to do it for free. Just throw it in. And if I did it for free, I would still spend the time vacuuming the back, vacuuming the front, pre-treating, pre-spraying, scrubbing, cleaning, and going in that direction. You evaluate each job This one, I could have done it with just one pad. I could have used a cotton glad pad. But what I want it to do is I want it to really, really get all that dry soil and all of the particulates out of it when you dig with the micro thin, because if you get odors and it's not urine, what will happen if you have animals, the pet hair falls onto the carpet when they shed, and hair is organic, so that means it can rot. And what'll happen with the hair, if you're not a frequent vacuumer, you're not vacuuming it up every day, and most people don't, the hair, as you walk on or you sit down in front of your couch and your feet are grinding that hair into the fibers, the hair starts to rot and break down over time, and it powderizes. It turns to a black, fine dust. And that fine dust works its way down through the backing of the carpet. Sometimes it just gets trapped in the carpet, but if you've ever smelt a musty home, or you walk in and you go, it doesn't smell like urine, but it certainly has that dog odor or pet odor, it smells like dog, that is the organic hair that has rotted into your carpet. Now, even though you've been vacuuming and vacuuming, you're probably not using a powerful enough vacuum to pull it up, and it's certainly not going to pull it up from underneath. When I used to install carpet, I would pull old carpet out, and the clients would see all this dust and black stuff all over the floor and say, wow, they must not have swept up before they laid the carpet last time. And I'm like, no, more than likely this is human skin, dander, organic hair, and it has that smell. So we wanted to really scrub it and get that out. Now, this is the bottle I'm using. It's a larger opening. I think they call it a master blaster. I don't know if I got that, where I got that, probably at Walmart in the toy section. We don't need that much. But it's got a 1-to-1. If you were going to use the whole bottle, you could fill it up to the 1-to-1 and then tip your pint of War on P in there. But I'm going to rinse this out. Actually, I think I had something in there with a little bit of sensational to mask the odor. We'll get that cleaned out. All right, you always want to check your bottles, and you always want to spray. I usually spray the trigger sprayer ahead of time at the end of a job. Clean it out so that whatever's in there, in this case the enzyme, it doesn't degrade the seals. So you just kind of pull it out, pump it empty, and then screw it back in. You can leave the remaining product that you have in there as long as you remember what it is. So here, I'm going to bring it down. I'm not going to soak this carpet, but I want to get a good mixture. So, well, we're down to maybe, I can't see that there, but I think it's a couple ounces. We'll top it off with the War on P. You can see standard cleaning 2-to-1 or 1-to-1 for extreme, even though it's not really extreme. We'll kind of guess measure it out. Smells absolutely wonderful. I'm not sure if this is available in gallon form yet, but I will certainly be purchasing a couple gallons a case of this stuff. Definitely works great. And I was told by somebody that commented that enzyme, it works better at killing the bacteria, so you don't have any regrowth on pet urine. I do know that the odor death, the ClO2, will restructure the matter, and it will eliminate the odor. So there may be, odorless bacteria in the carpet, but you will have no odors with the odor death. However, with an enzyme, the enzyme will actually digest the bacteria. So if I can't remember what I said to that person in the comment, but I may stand corrected. I did talk to Damon about that, and he had made a call to Vacaway, because the person that mentioned that said they talked to somebody at Vacaway named Steve or something, and I can't remember the conversation. I apologize. But that was good feedback, and they were definitely right. So there you go. War on P. I'll be buying more of that. Oh, yeah. And then just for general disinfecting and deodorizing, you know, odor death's always great, and it is great in cases with pet urine. So just keep that in mind. We'll put this by the window. I'm not going to open the window. That was my initial thought. But I'm going to put the enzyme on, and what an enzyme does, or I put the enzyme on, you saw me spray it, the longer the enzyme stays moist, the longer the live bacteria or cultures will continue to destroy any bacteria, odors, all that good stuff. Skin, dander, pet hair. But I think we've got all of that out with the cleaning process. We'll let this sit overnight. Probably be dry in an hour or two max, realistically. It's a beautiful day out there. We do have a little bit of rain. So there you go. I hope this video helps somebody. And please, you know, I always say what you think about, you bring about. If you go into business and you think this looks like a toy from Walmart, then other people are going to think that. If you think that it's a tool in your arsenal that you can use, just like, for example, the little spray bottle I just showed you, the Master Blaster. That's a tiny unit that sprays the liquid onto the carpet. Now, if I was worried, look at this pad, if I was worried that somebody was going to go, what are you using a spray bottle for? And I brought in my Works sprayer, it's overkill. So I don't care what people think, and you shouldn't either. I care about results. I'm happy to explain what I'm doing. If a customer ever thought this was a toy, I could show them. It is a professional unit. You could pull it up online. I can also walk them down to my van or my workshop and show them all of the heavy-duty equipment that I do also have. That would be like bringing a cannon to a gunfight. In my opinion, if you steam clean this carpet with your truck mount, it's overkill. So I appreciate y'all watching. Hope I didn't offend anybody. You know I love y'all. I'm open to comments. So go ahead and comment. I'll see you in the next one.